you to just come out here, answer any of the questions that you may have. So we are in an area called Little River Academy here in Bell County. Obviously a very rural area. You can see not a whole lot is out here. Beyond those trees there, that's the Leon River. Beyond those trees, and there's an embankment that goes down. So let me give you I just want to kind of set the scene where we are. So you can see that's the road in the distance, and there's a river covering that. There's a river under that road, and that's a bridge across it. So Texas EquiSearch back on June 22nd, they were out here searching the Leon River in kayaks, on foot. They found what Tim Miller said was evidence connected to this case. He didn't elaborate on that for obviously reasons of this investigation. Yesterday, we were told, or we've gathered this from media reports and from some of the deputies out here, that somebody had smelled something foul out here, and that's when they came back out here, and that's when they discovered the shallow grave close to the river. And in that shallow grave, according to Texas EquiSearch, we believe are the remains of Vanessa Guillen. Her family now is saying that they believe these are the remains of Vanessa Guillen. And I also just want to zoom in to tell you what's out here. So that was yesterday. Yesterday is when that gruesome discovery was made. Now, investigators with the Army's Criminal Investigation Command, or rather the United States Criminal Investigation Command, CID, they are out here along with Bell County, along with the Texas Rangers, from my understanding. And you can see that they really are narrowed in right there. They're narrowed in on this wooded area near this farm to market road that we're on. It appears from what one of the photographers was out here saying, that they've been out here essentially going through this really, really carefully, kind of sifting through the ground out here, looking for evidence. So if you're just joining us, because I know so many of you have been following along in the search for Vanessa Guillen, this is Steve Campion with ABC 13, one of the reporters for Eyewitness News in Houston, Texas. Vanessa Guillen grew up in Houston. She graduated from Cesar Chavez High School, and in 2018, her family tells us she did what she always wanted to do. She joined the United States Army, and she was sent to Fort Hood, which is in Killeen, Texas. So that's about 30 minutes, 45 minutes from where we are. So Vanessa Guillen, she's 18 years old. Her sister told me in an interview that she's the one who dropped her off at base. She remembered the day, it was June 2018, and she said Vanessa had dreams of going into the Army and eventually using some of those benefits to go to college. She wanted to serve this country and also try to get ahead in this life, try to make a better life for herself. So to recap where we are, how we are here standing on the side of a road, rural Bell County, Texas. Vanessa Guillen went missing on April 22nd, and her family, this is what her family says, the Army didn't tell them. They noticed, hey, Vanessa's not responding to any of our text messages. Vanessa's not calling us back. Vanessa, this is a girl who would come to Houston every Friday. She'd return home to Houston every Friday. Vanessa's MIA. She wasn't around. She wasn't answering her family's calls. And that was atypical. She was the daughter who called her younger sisters, who rooted for her younger sisters. So she was always there. So they said, what's up? That's what the family says. They called the Army and they said, where is our loved one? Where is Vanessa Guillen? And they said that started a really disappointing journey with the United States Army. And this is what the Vanessa Guillen, the Guillen family is telling us, calling what happened at Fort Hood a tragedy, saying that Army investigators were never straightforward with them, that they asked, where is she, where is she, where is she, do you have any more information, and that they couldn't come up with any information. So we heard from them earlier again today in Washington, and they were very straightforward with this message, saying that investigators lied to their faces, and obviously they want a congressional investigation into this. So she goes missing on April 22nd. Weeks pass by. We're in the middle of this pandemic. You on social media, you are the individuals who really started sharing Vanessa's story, sharing her face, sharing her picture, and really kind of lit a fire, so to speak, to get some action. So what we saw because of the outpouring of outrage on social media, along with a family really desperate for answers, we finally started to see traction when Congresswoman Sylvia Garcia got involved. She joined the family at Fort Hood. This was in June, so late last month. They're in Fort Hood. We were there on the ground. They really couldn't get straight answers again from investigators, according to the family. And so now we are here on July 1st of 2020. What is that, more than 70 days after the disappearance, where we are in Bell County. And again, we are hearing directly from the family on this. Vanessa Guillen's family tells us that they do believe that the remains that were found in the shallow grave near the Leon River in Bell County are that of Vanessa. So that's yesterday when this discovery is made. Today, this morning, the family addressed the public and they demanded an investigation into this. What we know, and we just got an update, so we're kind of sorting through all the details, is that there was a suspect who died by suicide this morning in Killeen. From our understanding, investigators moved in on him, and he fled and eventually took his own life, died by suicide. And we know, again, from our investigators that they have another suspect or another person in custody in Bell County in connection to this case. So we are sorting through all of that right now, and we are working to get that information. I have to be honest, for weeks we have asked Army investigators for interviews. We've asked them specific questions. We've asked them to talk about this. They have consistently said that they will not address specific questions, that this is an active investigation. They have essentially kind of used that blanket word, active investigation, to not really answer any of the questions that the media has had on behalf of the family, because again, the family really has asked for this to be so public. So, fast forward where we are this morning. We're back here off FM 436 in Bell County, and you can see in the distance investigators with the Army. They are here on the ground. They're back here. They are sifting through the ground out here, presumably looking for more evidence, trying to get more evidence here tied to this case. Again, this has been really a tragic story that started really in Houston, Texas, where Vanessa Guillen decided to enlist in the United States Army. Again, her family, her attorney saying that Vanessa was sexually harassed on base. She was fearful of reporting it. And when she confided in her mother, all of a sudden she went missing. That is what her family contends. That's why they want a congressional investigation into what happened at Fort Hood. As you may be aware, what happens on an Army base is then governed by the Army, which is not as transparent as other agencies for a multitude of different reasons. But I wanted to come to you to see if you have any questions. I'm going to do my best to go through them.